regrets over my role in 2023 general elections, Nyesom Wike. Former River State Governor Nyesom Wike says he has no regrets about who he chose to endorse in the 2023 general election. According to TVC News, when Inter-Party Advisory Council paid him a visit at his house in Port Harcourt, he justified his political decisions. From the primaries and campaign until election day, the former governor took stances that sparked debates not only inside the party but also across the country. Members of the Inter-Party Advisory Council were among the organizations that were vociferous and prominent in their support for him at the time. If given a second chance, the former Rivers governor believes he would establish the same alliances and fight for the same cause. Other political groups who mobilize support for the PDP believe there is still plenty they can contribute to the similarly Fubara government and the election is finished. Mr. Nyesom Wike praised the group for supporting the PDP during the elections and went on to say the state government would not turn down anyone who could help the administration. The Inter-Party Advisory Council praised Mr. Wike for his outstanding performance in the development of Rivers State as a two-term governor. Interesting. I don't know why Nyesom Wike has come to say he has no regrets. His role in the elections were just pretty much chaotic. At some point, was also childish as well. And it all started from the primaries. As a shared opinion with a lot of people, he was the expected individual at least to get the vice presidential slot under the PDP. And he didn't. And so what it looked like was Nyesom Wike being annoyed, petty, childish, and had a stance against the party. So in his childishness, he never really came out to say, I do not support the PDP, but his actions proved otherwise, right? Nyesom Wike got angry. Next thing, the G5 governors are formed. So he starts taking steps that looks like he's breaking down the party. And again, as I said, sentiment with other people, they did believe he was deserving of the position as a vice presidential candidate for the PDP. However, that wasn't the case. And so what now happens is you see Wike traveling to London, having meetings with APC members, in fact, traveling to Paris or London at some point and having a meeting with Tinubu. So when these things are reported, it looks like, well, he's trying to tear the party apart or he looks like he's trying to leave. And so PDP loyalists see that as, oh, you are being unloyal, you're being childish, you're being this, you're being that. And at some point, again, he had a commissioning of a project, and this commissioning of the project was in one of the southeast states, I think his state, and he did not call any of the PDP governors as people to sort of be in the event and commission the project. He then called Sanwo-Olu, an APC governor of Lagos State, to come all the way to his state to commission a project. So all that behavior, to be honest, was very unnecessary. And in the back and forth with him, an article just did not make sense. If he came out and said, I am against the party, as in, I do not like that. I mean, he just looked childish because he just didn't communicate. And he let narratives run, right? He never defended himself. He never admitted or denied, the allegations against him. And that was it for him. So saying he does not regret his role, I mean, as much as it was childish, and think whatever you want of Wike, you can't necessarily deny that he has an influence in the party. And I think maybe things would have had a different turnout for PDP, because I don't even think PDP were in these elections, let's be very honest. PDP was basically were just there. When people are just there in attendance, like you have the bench or seat warmers in church. They just had to represent, right? And now PDP, I don't know what it's looking like for them because, they've basically lost 3 terms and they have not been able to get back into the presidential. I mean, they've been ruling for quite a while, so maybe it's a turn of the APC. They have an internal beef. But yes, and maybe for Wike, him being petty, because that's how I honestly see him, maybe he has no regrets because I think with the way he acted, it really affected the PDP, and the PDP looked like a party that couldn't hold itself together. So, I guess it was if I'm not going to win, then no one's going to win. And it looked like it. What would have been the outcome of the elections? Because I think it would have actually been a bit more divided. Let's say Wike and Atiku were in, were a duo, as in the president and the vice presidential candidate for the PDP. I actually think that turnout would have actually, changed the outcome to a very large extent. But because of all that internal discord, it's like Wike was trying to prove how important he was to the PDP, and maybe he achieved that in the end. People, I think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.